What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Let's take a look, see if this is working okay, and we'll get going here. If you guys can hear me okay, just put a 1 in the chat for me. Make sure the audio is working. All right. Cool. We get a good one here today. So how to respond to one-star reviews as well as Q&A. So we got about 23 questions here to go over. Looks like there's some good stuff here. And yeah, should be a great one. We'll get going here just in a second. Again, just make sure people are on okay and they can hear me okay. Otherwise, it's just kind of a waste. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about one-star reviews, guys. So obviously, one-star reviews suck. They're terrible. We want to avoid these at all cost. Obviously, I'll talk about some ways to avoid them. Some obvious, some not so obvious, and then ways to deal with these. So, how to bury them, potentially get rid of them, things like that. Okay. So, one-star reviews. So, this is first, I want to get you in the mindset of you're going to get one-star reviews. I don't care if you have the best product in the world, you're going to get one-star reviews every now and then, hopefully less than you anticipate. But when you get that one-star review, I remember my first one-star review, it's heart stopping. It's a blow to the ego, blow to the face, and it hurts quite a bit. So just know it's part of the game. Don't take it too personally, and know what to do from there to make sure you're doing okay. So I first want to talk about what to do to help prevent one-star reviews. Obviously, the product is number one. Making sure you have a great product. Make sure you get inspections done. Make sure you get your defect rate checked out. Make sure you make any fixes to the product before you send it in. Inspections are non-negotiable for me. It's something you need to have done. And this has saved me slews of one-star reviews and having to remove inventory, everything like that. My first product was a fidget spinner, and we picked a bad manufacturer, didn't get inspections done, and these things were falling apart in people's hands. And we got a slew of one-star reviews, like 9 within the first week, and it was just all over from that, right? So, when are people most motivated to leave reviews? Either when the product is so good it blows their socks off, which is pretty rare to do these days. People just expect good products, or it's so crappy and it angers them so much that they're going to go leave a one-star review, right? They're motivated to go take action. Most people aren't motivated to take action if the product's subpar, if the product doesn't, meets expectations, they're not going to go out of their way to leave a review. But people who are angry, now that's a motive. That's the biggest motive in this whole industry by far. So making sure you have a good quality product, get inspections done, obviously will help there. And then one other thing I love to do is on the product packaging as well as a product insert, leaving a support email. Okay. So it's a pain in the rear to essentially for people to reach out on Amazon. A lot of customers don't know how to do this. They don't know how to go back into seller messages, go into your storefront and contact you. They know how to make returns, things like that. Great. But so they don't know how to message you back there so that there's no chance for you to fix it before it happens, right? So they just leave a one-star review because they're confused. Now, if we go to the product inserts, product packaging, we leave a support email. Okay. We leave a support email. They look in the packaging, look in the product insert. There's a clear way to reach out to you instead of them venting their anger because they want to get rid of this anger. It's built up, it's pent up, they're pissed. They want to yell at someone, right? So the only way they know how to do that, there's nowhere else to reach out, is by a one-star review. Okay. So the way we can help with that is if we have that support email in there, it gives them another way to vent. Okay. So they can leave you a dirty, nasty email. I know they suck, but this is okay. You rather them yell at you, everything like that, besides before leaving a one-star review. And plus, if they respond to you, they reach out, then you have a chance to fix that issue, whether it's issuing a refund, sending them a new unit, explaining how the product works better, and then you having that feedback just in general to make improvements to maybe your listing. Maybe there's a misconception in your listing or something that was confusing that you can fix up and shore up. Okay. So those are the biggest things there, guys. So when we do get one-star reviews, because this is going to happen, there is a way to respond to these as well. So if you're brand registered, you can go back into your customer experience metrics. You can go to your reviews and you can actually respond to these. Every 5-star review, 1-star review, essentially every review if you can, 100% all 1-star reviews for sure. You're going to want to respond to these. Okay. So respond to them, apologize, let them know, maybe let them, like, don't ever be condescending. Never get in a war with words here. If they're being just a-holes, I guess you could be like, well, you didn't use the product properly, but it's ultimately it's on you. You got to make these products idiot proof. You got to make it idiot proof on the listing, idiot proof on the directions of how to use it, everything like that. And also the design of the product, it has to be idiot proof as well. So that's on you. So it's never anybody else's fault besides your own. Okay. So you can respond on these and tell them we're taking care of it. Tell them we'll get better. Tell them, yes, just agree with them. And most likely you can't remove those 1-star reviews. You can make cases if the review is something that's Amazon's fault. Say the package came broken, it was Amazon's fault. You can make cases on the back of Amazon to get these reviews removed. So if you do see something like that, make that case, get the review removed. If it's Amazon's fault, good chance they'll remove it. If it's not, you give it a try anyways. They're most likely not going to remove it. Just know that they're very stingy on removing reviews for obvious reasons. But again, we're going to leave feedback there. If we leave feedback to that customer, well, it's not, that customer's most likely not going to see that 1-star review comment. But what it's there for is when people are buying your product, coming back a week later, they're like, well, this 1-star review is kind of concerning. But they see that you reply to it. They see that reply like, oh, this company actually cares at least, and they're trying to do everything they can to fix this issue, and they're there. If something does go wrong, I can obviously easily contact them, reach out to them, and they're going to make it right. So that's a big thing about responding to these reviews. Okay. So that's one, I guess, another insight to kind of talk about reviews there. Going into reviews in general here. So if you get a 1-star review, the best thing you do after that is bury it. So what I mean by bury it, you need to get more 5-star reviews coming in. So make sure you're doing review requests. Make sure you are, in the Vine program if you can be. Make sure you're doing everything to keep it increasing sales velocity and getting reviews there, right? So maybe you have a wave of friends and family come in. Obviously, make sure they haven't used your IP address before, because Amazon will link that up. But you can get another wave of reviews there. Maybe you're involved in some group where you can help out. Maybe you go to the streets. I'm not sure. There's tons of review systems you can build out, and that gets a little bit more advanced where we can talk for hours about that. So that's my best advice for getting 1-star reviews. It's going to happen. Be prepared for it mentally. But what you need to do is all these things I just listed out. Respond to these reviews. If it's not your fault, get Amazon to remove it, or at least make a case to try. And yeah, bury it from there. And then from on top of that, these 1-star reviews, we need to be learning from these too. So it's on you. So if the product has a simple use or whatever, the review comes in, it's a 1-star. It's because they didn't use it properly, and that's why they didn't get the most out of it. Well, you need to create a direction book, an instructions guide or easy to use guide that comes with your product. So, pretty much an instruction manual, right? And you need to write this as simply as a 5th grader would write it, right? So that a 5th grader can understand it. Sorry there. So a 5th grader can understand it. So what I like to do, I've spent hours doing this, and this is one of my most important things to do, is I'll get my product in hand, and then I'll sit down with it and say it needs to be put together, or some type of assembly, or ways to use it. I'll sit there and go through it myself, and I'll write out step by step as a 5th grader could understand, and write that out direction wise. So there's no essentially ways they can misconcept this as well. Also on the listing, right? Say there's some confusion. They thought they're going to get 2 of these batteries, but they're not included. And maybe you had batteries, in your listing photos or something like that. So if you have something like that, you need to make sure in the title, first bullet, first couple photos, things like this, that people keep flooding you with 1-star reviews because there's some kind of confusion. You need to put this in your first bullet, title, photos, that this thing is not included, or you only get 1 of these, right? Or it doesn't come with the charger box. So say you're selling your charger cord. It does, but you include in your photos the charger box because it makes sense for the photos. Well, people are like, well, it doesn't come with a power box. I thought it did, is in the photos, right? Even if it's listed somewhere in your description or maybe your 5th bullet, that's still on you. You need to make sure that they know everywhere. So title, photos, first bullet, especially if they keep coming in, you need to make adjustments to your listing to make sure there's no more confusion when it comes to that. As well, if it's product complaints just in general, well, your second, third order, you need to be making sure that you fix those issues, right? So use this as guides to get better, make a better product. Use this as real-time feedback to keep improving your product. Okay. So I use reviews, 1-star reviews to learn from, make adjustments to my listings, make adjustments to my products as well. We can even put a QR code that leads to a YouTube video explaining how to use the product properly. Okay. So there's tons of things we can do here. Maybe you have a video on your listing that describes how to use the product. So there's no confusion there. Maybe your A plus content includes step-by-step instructions too of how to use the product, things like that, right? So essentially we need to assume the American consumer is dumb. In a lot of cases, they are. And there's gonna be some like, I can't believe they didn't get it, but that's on you, right? We need to assume they're dumb, and make listing adjustments and our listing assets tailored to, you know, the mindset that they're dumb. They need all the help that possible, and explain things over and over again to them. Okay. So that's my spiel on 1-star reviews. Make sure you guys can hear me before going to questions. Yeah, 1-star ratings, there's not much you could do from there as well. So hopefully, what you can also do, so this is from Keep Your In Control about in the chat there. He's saying they get a 1-star rating. Obviously, there's no feedback there. I would go into your returns and look at your return history as well to see if they've, 1-star rating, they're most likely to return the product, or if you have other returns. And a lot of times they'll put reasons there, and you can get feedback there. Great feedback from there as well. Again, we just got to bury those moving forward. Yeah, 1-star ratings are the most frustrating thing because you get no feedback at all. But that's where I go back into my return reports and look to see what's going on there. All right, on to Q&A here. If you guys got any more review questions for 1-star review stuff, put them in the chat. I'll make sure to get to them at the end there. Okay, so we got Andrew Stutzman. He says, my ads have been running 3 full days now and has 6 clicks and 1 sale from auto campaign. Don't know if this is normal for it to take this long, or am I doing something wrong that's not better click-through rate? So you're doing an auto campaign. Get some manual campaigns in here. Auto campaign is one of the worst campaigns you can run. So get a phrase campaign in there, potentially an exact campaign. If you just do phrase, then a week or 2 weeks of data, move those keywords that are working into exact campaigns to tailor them. Going further, I have a lot of impressions with only 6 clicks and 1 purchase. I'm thinking it's my main image being priced. Very, very well balanced. Yeah, main image could be this as well, but also this is your first campaign. It's auto. They're very broad. They're very inefficient. So I'd move to phrase and get more data from there. You can keep auto campaign on, but don't expect a lot of results from those. And you've only been doing it for 3 days too. So 6 clicks and a sale actually for your first 3 days, depending on how much you're spending, that's not bad. That's not bad. There's tons of things you could do from there. Obviously, add coupons, mess with your hero image, your title. But getting a sale from there, 6 out of 6 clicks, that's a good conversion rate out of 6 clicks. So you should be happy about that. Just, I think you need better campaigns there to start. And then from that data, we can go into it further. Mendy Ahabai. Hi again, Cam. Is the revenue calculator a reliable tool to build my product's pricing? Sometimes I get higher fulfillment than the document standard from Amazon. Yeah, it's a good tool to understand your margins, get an estimate for your margins. Really what your pricing should be based on is your competition. So this is a good way to, okay, my competition's all priced at $30 and I want to come in at 28 or 32, somewhere in that range. So I put my price in there. What's my margin going to be? So that's kind of what I look for there. Brandon McCarthy, can I change my shipping date product arrival if I need to when creating a shipping plan? Let's say my product was expected to arrive much later than the date I entered. Can I change that? I'm not sure you can change this, but it's not a big deal if it comes in later. When I make my shipping date, I usually put it a couple weeks out just to be safe, but it's not a big deal if they come in late, as long as it's not, 3 to 6 months late there. They might cancel the plan, but just keep an eye on it. Yanka Patel, it's been a week I launched and did PPC campaigns. I am getting clicks, but no conversions. I figured I need more reviews, but how will it happen without sales? I need sales to get reviews right. Any guidance? Are you in the Vine program? This could be a good way to get reviews. Getting clicks, but no conversions. You could add a coupon. Are you priced well? How's your listing? How are your photos? How's your title? How's your bullets? Do you have A+ content? Do you have a video in your listing? These are all things that go into your conversion rate. Okay, so you're getting clicks, right? But you're not getting sales. That means you have a 0% conversion rate right there. So we need to do things to get people to buy. So if your photos are low quality, I'd look there. If your bullets and A+ content need work, I'd look there. Get in the Vine program to get reviews. That's the #1 thing to help your conversion rate. You can add a coupon on there to get more impulse sales, which is very helpful when you first start. So without looking at your listing, that's the best advice I can give you. Obviously, there's so many variables when it comes to that. Just be happy you're getting clicks. Now optimize for conversions there. Brandon McCarthy, how long should someone wait to create a shipping plan? What is a good time? I make a shipping plan as soon as I don't know, your freight forwarder set up and they want the sheets there. Usually I make a shipping plan probably 7 to 14 days before it's done, product's done. Hey Cam, I'm creating a shipping plan, but why is the FBA fee so high? What did I do wrong? Most likely you put the unit size, or you put your master carton size as your unit size. That's what's going on there. Don't worry about it. As soon as the product gets in, Amazon will do a cubic scan and adjust that. So it's just a common error there. So this can Oscar Leon. So this confuses me a bit. When I started a month ago, I was selling a unit a day. The next 0, the next maybe 2, then 1, and so on. I was very unstable. I've been working on my reviews, optimizing, and restarting my campaigns. Now I'm selling a unit every single day minimum. That's awesome, man. Yes, it's going to be very up and down when you first start. Expect that. There's going to be days where you hit, like, it could be 3 days with 0 sales, and it could be so frustrating, but it's part of the start. This started a week and a half ago, so it seems like becoming more stable. Can I call this a progress or win? I would call this progress towards a win. Obviously, you want to keep seeing that rise up overall, but it seems like whatever you're doing is working. So yes, it's progress that you're doing something right, which is a win. I'd say progress and a win. Okay, because it's the small victories in Amazon, because it's a long game. So celebrate the small victories, take them as learning experiences, and keep working. Okay. That's great, man. I'm super happy for you, Oscar. I know you've been working hard on this stuff. Mende Hobby. Hey, Cam, I've got the brand approval. Still need the trademark in order to create a store on Amazon. Correct me, please, if I'm wrong. You are correct. So once you get the TM, you just need the pending trademark number there. You can get brand registry, which you can have the branded storefront, A+ content, Vine program, video ads, brand analytics, branded support, which is huge. People don't think about, but extra support to make cases there. David Michael. Hi, Cameron. I have a question about PPC. If the same customer clicks on your sponsor listing, for example, 100 times, do you have to pay for just 1 click or 100 clicks? Depends on the time frame they do this in. But if they think there's abuse going on, they'll reimburse you and take those clicks off at a later date. So within, I forget exactly, it's been a while since I looked at the what it is, but if they click within a certain time frame, they only count it as 1 click. Dave Peters. Hey, Cameron, I recently ordered and had my product shipped from China to US. However, I have not received the products yet, but I'm seeing where 1 out of 3 ASINs are showing active while the others 2 are showing inactive and out of stock. Would you happen to know the reason why this is happening? Yeah, so if only 1 ASIN's in stock, because they check them in and they slowly get to them depending on where you send them. So maybe 1's in stock right now and the 2 others aren't yet. So this is pretty normal. There could be, if you don't have anything in right now, then I'm not sure what's going on. It could be a photo thing. It could be something else. So it's not going to start selling anyways till you get stuff in stock. So if it gets in stock and you're still inactive, then that's when you have an issue. So I just worry about that when it comes to that. Vincent Whitehead. Hello, I have a product to list on using brand registry. I do not yet have a photo on my product with my brand label on it. I have not figured out at this time how I can complete a shipping plan without completing the brand registry. You need brand approval. So get brand approval instead of brand registry. You don't need brand registry to list a product. You need brand approval so you can list your brand name and get your listing up there. Then you can make your shipping plan. Unable to complete brand registry without a product photo. So I'm guessing you have brand registry confused with brand approval here. Is there an option besides the possibility of listing under generic? I think I need to wait until I get the product photo before creating the shipping plan. Is that correct? Yes. So you can have your manufacturer take a photo as soon as they get one off the line, as soon as they're done with one. Maybe they put one together already. Have them send photos to you with their phones. They have plenty enough good cameras, and this doesn't need to be a great photo. Have them send photos to you if that's a possibility. And then you could go ahead and make your listing. You should have plenty of time still after that to make a shipping plan. You can also go into a print shop and have them design a product packaging for you and just make one, pay them, and use that as photos. If you have a sample with a brand name on it, you could use that. As well as I see about a 50% success rate where you can go get a stamp on Amazon with your logo on it, stamp a package, and then try to use that. So there's plenty of options there. It's annoying because I know if you don't have the product yet, how are you supposed to get brand approval and have photos? But you need to be creative there. Let's see here. Stephen Fu has a long one. I appreciate all that you do, Cameron. You're welcome, Stephen. I got 2 questions. I'll put it 2 separate messages. I'm from Australia, plan on selling via FBA in UK and Canada to start out with. One of the products will be in a small light category. I'm planning on sending 1,000 units to each US and UK centers. I've still yet to launch, but wondering what the current max limits I can send into FBA as a new seller. So go into your FBA inventory and they'll tell you there. It's probably in CBM or cubic feet. And then you'll just do some math there. But if you can maybe send, see what your max is and then send in what you can and then potentially get the rest sent to a storage facility in that country. Oh, wait, I just checked our YouTube page. Also had the Amazon SE account set up earlier in the year, so obviously over 9 months, but I've not sold anything. Do you think it's still seen as a new seller and not have capacity limits? Yeah, it depends when you opened your account, but nothing should change there. I would just go in the FBA inventory section and see what's going on there. Um, and then Amazon just changed up their capacity stuff too. So it really it's so variable right now. It used to be just plain like, oh, you have a limited 200 units, 1,000 units. Now it's, based off volume, stuff like that. So you need to check your FBA inventory, and there's usually a little sidebar on the bottom there. You can open up and see what you have available to send in. When first starting selling, I heard there's a honeymoon period on your listing. If you actually run out of stock, what is the time? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks from when it starts to cause a detriment to your metrics? Yes, there's a honeymoon period. Yes, if you run out of stock, you do see metrics dip. So it's over time. Your BSR will start to drop instantly. And then as the time goes on, it drops more and more and more. So the longer you wait, the longer it decreases. I've heard the best course of action is turn off all PPC and jack up your price. I wouldn't jack up your price. It depends on the scenario. You can jack it up a little bit. Definitely turn off PPC if you're going to run out of inventory. But jack up price, what happens there too is you can hurt your BSR right there as well. And then you kind of lose momentum when you come back as well. So you do get like this little pause area of BSR pausing. You could close your listing too for a little bit, but that only lasts for so long. So it really depends. What is a good percentage of price increase without causing you a detriment to listing getting suspended? I don't know, 10% at a time, and let's take it slowly there. If you raise it too much, they'll take away your buy box. Brandon McCarthy, when creating a shipping plan, does entering the ship from address have any benefits? Like if I use the US address rather than supplier's address? Sometimes, usually Amazon just tells you where to send it now and doesn't look at that because they know people were gaming the system. So I wouldn't put much thought in that. You could try that for small parcel delivery to see what happens, but yeah, I wouldn't worry about too much. If it's coming on pallets, there's not much you could do anyways. Oscar Leon, I want to make my product better soon. That includes creating a mold patent and all that. I just launched a month ago without the mold. When are we ready? When are we ready to buy another order of stock with a new mold, considering that's a huge investment, maybe in third order of stock, fourth one? So it depends. If the product works and you see a future in it, that's kind of when I'd pull the trigger. If the profit's there, you see the future with it, things are going well. So yeah, maybe it could be your third order, fourth order, second order. It really just depends. Oscar, again, seems like my biz is becoming more stable, selling 1 to 2 units every day, but want to sell more, 3 to 4 possibly. What would you do to sell more? I'm already working on reviews and we'll start doing YouTube videos. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. Review systems and then external traffic is what I do, Oscar. And just keep clawing and scratching for reviews, because you'll see this huge jump when you get to 50, when you get to 100, 150. That's when things change. Obviously, look at your organic rankings. Make sure you're moving up there. Oscar, I want to get in your mentorship. I was emailing with Korea back and forth, but he stopped replying. Should I email again? Yeah, Oscar, you can email him again. Also, just hit me up if you message me. I don't know if you got on a coaching call or not yet, but you can hit me up and talk to Junio or one of my team members there too, or me specifically. But hit me up in Messenger on Facebook if you're not getting any results with Korea there. But yeah, I can reach out to Korea too to see what's going on there too. But yeah, just reach out again on email and reach out again in personal messaging there, and we'll take care of you. Dave Peters, I recently shipped my products to the U.S. The products arrived at the port. Sorry, lost my train of thought. The products arrived at the port on the 14th of April. I've been stuck in transit mode for a while. Should I be worried about my products? 14th of April. No. You can ask your freight forwarder what's going on there too, but most likely they're just somewhere along the thing. Yeah, there's a lot of gray area in that stuff. I would hit up your freight forwarder who is shipping to see if you can get an update there for sure, because that's been going on 2 weeks now. So Dave Peters, after launching your product, apart from optimizing PPC daily, is there anything else to do in daily terms of proper management of the product to make it a success? Yeah, there's tons of stuff to do, Dave. Tons. You don't need to optimize PPC daily. Obviously, that actually hurt you if you don't have enough data and you keep changing things up. You're not going to get consistent data to make these changes. You need a week to 2 weeks of data to make any changes. So obviously, keep on that. Make sure you're getting the Vine program for reviews, scratch and claw for all the reviews you can. That's a grind at first. Make sure you take a look at your conversion rates in the business reports. Make updates to your listing if you see conversion rates, start to see if that goes up. Track your organic keywords to make sure you're making right moves there. If you see organic keywords start to rank up, because that's our ultimate goal, to get sales while we sleep. If you see trending up over time, same thing with like PPC, look over it in week spans or so. Then you're making the right move. Keep investing in whatever you're doing. You can also, A plus content, get into that. I could try video ads. Make sure you get a video in your listing. You can try external traffic. So TikToks, YouTube shorts, YouTube videos, influencers, stuff like that, which is huge these days. So a lot of stuff to do, man. Take it one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just to try one or two things at a time. Give it a fair shot. But ultimately, if I had one piece of advice, scratch and claw for all the reviews you can. Keith Bennis here. Hey, Cam, thanks again for your time this week. Hey, Keith, you're welcome, man. These are really beneficial. I'm looking to sell a small oversized product that is about an inch or two over the large standard size dimensions. Okay. The margins look good. Just wondering if there's any other negatives to be wary of small oversized. Just the FBA fees and the shipping fees. So if it works for your margin, go for it, man. If there's any way for you to make the package smaller, can break things down to get it in large standard size, that would be a huge plus. But obviously, there's only so much you could do there. How do you project the amount of units to order for my first order so that I don't overdo it? So it really comes down first to your budget, making sure whatever your budget allows, whether that's 5K, 8K, 4K. I wouldn't do anything over 10K right away for your first product. That's just too risky with your kind of newbie level skill set if this is your first product. So I look into that, but ultimately, say you're in that 3 to 8K range, then you're looking at your competition. So, it could be 500 units, 1,000 units. How many are your competition pushing, right? If they're selling 1,000 units per month, eventually, if we want to rank above them, we need to sell over 1,000 units per month to rank above them because we need to beat out their sales velocity. So, if, you can get 3,000 units for, in that 8K range, small oversized product, probably not going to happen. That's kind of what you need to build to eventually. So you need to weigh that out. But if you're starting off slow, it could be 500 units, could be 800 units, could be 300 units. It really just depends on your budget and the competition that you're going against. Next, is it better to source wood products overseas or try to look here? I've done wood products overseas. It was fine. Just make sure they have the wood regulation stuff. You need a certain document to make sure the wood's treated, make sure they're not bringing any bugs over to the U.S. Most manufacturers have that ready on deck. Just double check. But you can look here. Obviously, if there's anything you could do in the States and that makes sense margin-wise, I'm always down for that. People love made in the U.S. when selling in the U.S. It's just harder to do, harder to get the margins, everything like that. Hunad Khan. Hey, Cameron. Hope you're doing well. Q1, I've launched a seasonal winters product in March 2023. Yeah, you missed it, man. Unfortunately, search volume drastically reduced. My main 3 keyword search volume is 2,300, 1,500, 2,000. Therefore, I'm not getting any sales. Since the launch of the product in March till date, I've sold 3 units. Rolled in the 5 or Vine program. Budget constraints. I'm thinking the halt PPC till the season picks up again, which will be September. IPA score will be in jeopardy. Yes. Total inventory in hand available for sales 13. I don't want to go out of stock. So you only have 13 units in stock. Excuse me. What would you suggest me to in this situation? Should I opt for going for vacation option? Should I just leave my 13 units till September? You can leave them in there. That's fine. Maybe you use those 13 units to get more reviews. Maybe friends and family, people can buy those, leave reviews, 1 a week or something like that to keep building your reviews up until the next season hits to be ready for that. So that's personally what I do, is leave a little bit in there. Keep trying as hard as you can to build your review assets, so your reviews, things like that. That way, when you do hit the next season, put your inventory in, and then that way you're well off to go there. Q2, currently I'm running PPC ranking 1 to 3 on main keywords. Get 6 clicks per day. However, conversion isn't happening. I have A plus content. Brand story live with retail ready images. Also, title bullet points are decently written. What should I do for conversion? You can add a coupon in there, but reviews are the number one thing there. This isn't terrible for volume. It's dropped there, so there should be still sales there. Without looking at your listing, I don't know, man. Keep pushing reviews, of course. I know I sound like a broken record there. Without seeing your bullets, your photos. Photos are number one thing. You can add a coupon for impulse sales. Check your conversion rate on your back end, your business reports. I'd love to know that number. If you can come back next week and let me know, if you go to conversion or business reports, look at by ASIN and tell me what your order session percentage is over time there. I'll know, because if it's under like 8%, you're in trouble. So it could be just seasonal stuff too as well. That really hurts you. But yeah, maybe just take it slow, keep grinding for reviews during this time, and then go all back in during the next season when it boosts. That is it for questions. Let's go to the chat. All right, we got some stuff in the chat. Amin Ra, hi. How's it going? Can you hear me? Perfect. Keeps you in control. Would you recommend a QR code versus an email? Yeah, QR code's fine. I think I talked about that. Cybersex, hey Cameron. Hey. Usama, hi Cam. Hey. Usama, I tried reaching out to brand registry support, but still haven't gotten a reply in regards to the hijacker. Any suggestions on steps I can take to get this person off my listing? Yeah, I usually just buy all their units if they only have like 5 or 10 in there, and then report them as counterfeit afterwards. So I just buy them out of stock and then report them. Usama, another question: do returns go back to Amazon warehouse, or can I have them shipped directly back to me? Also, where can I see the reason for return? If you go to return reports, so I like to go to reports, FBA, then there's return reports in there. I don't like going to the generic return reports. I've not seen good things from there. So you can see that there. And then returns, so it depends on the reason of why they're being returned. If it's Amazon's fault, it goes back to the warehouse. They see if they can resell it. But if you go to your settings, you can adjust your settings for that to whatever you want there. So they can be disposed of, they can be sent back to you, everything like that. Keeps you in control. In your experience, have you, get rid of that. Have you seen tiers of reviews that start helping sales? So it depends on your competition. So if your competition has 500 reviews, versus a field that only has 100 reviews, well, you need a lower tier to kind of see your results, but it's product to product. So 50 is kind of a first milestone, then 100, and then 250. Over 250 is when things get really cool. But you'll start, maybe it's 77, maybe it's 88. You'll just start seeing the shift happen. You're like, what is going on? And that's usually when you've hit that threshold, which I call getting over the hump. Keep using control. I had a problem with Amazon not properly checking returns. Instead of sending them back out to customers, what would you do to stop this? Go to your settings and just have them not do that. Usama, once my brand is approved, can I create a new brand listing and merge my generic listing to sell under my brand? You could try. It's really hard to take a generic listing to put on your brand. You need to, essentially, you'll probably need to talk to 30 reps and one will be nice enough to do it. Amazon says only one person, this is Jeff Allen. Amazon says only one person in our company has content contribution rights for images. We need to upload language specific images. When she upload from Germany, our US images post in Germany. German. What? Yeah, that's a wild one. If you have multiple international listings, make sure you're in the right marketplace when you make adjustments. Yeah, I would see who has the rights to that as well. So you can potentially, so the rights owner can give you permission as well. So I'd look into that. They can add you, I forgot what the verbiage is, but they can essentially add you underneath the brand on Amazon somehow. And then you have the rights to make updates to the listing. That's what you need to look into. That way you have full permissions there. Jeff, part 2, there are 8 people in our company that are showing us having content contribution rights. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the upload and language specific images. I've never had that issue. It just shows you the vast amount of freaking issues you can run into, especially when you get into international listings. Things just get wild. Yeah, there's like, without digging into it, Jeff, I don't know. Obviously make sure you said 8 people have contribution rights. You should be fine. So maybe you just got a bad rep that doesn't know what the freak they're talking about. Um, Maybe try other accounts that have contribution rights and try from there as well. And then obviously support is going to be your best ally there, which sucks because they're not very good, but that's the only people that can really fix it. Oscar Guevara, Cameron, how do you record your YouTube videos of your product? Do you record yourself? You delegate them? Like, how does the video physically look like? So it depends on the product, depends on what you're trying to do. So currently we have influencers filming videos for us and just sharing our product via that. When you're first starting, maybe you don't have influencers to work with. You can make the videos yourself, or you can still hire people to do it as well. But, if it's a video, say you have a waterproof arm cast and you make 7 ways to keep your arm cast dry in the shower, and you can tell them 6 ways to do it themselves. And then the 7th way is, or if you don't want to do this yourself, here's a product right down here on Amazon that will do it for you that we like, stuff like that. So it really just depends on your comfort level. If you can get good on YouTube, you're going to be good. Things are really good for you, really good for you. Influencers a little bit more expensive. When you don't have brand presence, it's a little bit harder to get people to work with you that are good. So you start with lower accounts. So yeah, it depends on what you're comfortable with. Personally, I would do it yourself. But again, I know how hard that is for some people. But if you ever need inspiration, Oscar, if you're about to film, if for anybody here too, go to my first YouTube video I ever made. Look at me. I can't even watch that video. I cringe. It's so bad. But you just keep getting better, keep getting better, keep getting better. So if you need inspiration, just go watch my first YouTube video. And then you'll see like, oh, that guy didn't figure it out either. I'm just fine. Usama, do we add organic keywords from Helium 10 to product title or to add campaign? You can, yeah. If you're ranking for them, actually, if you're ranking for them, okay. You can get them in the title, you can get them in the PPC campaigns. Depends. Obviously, you want the relevancy and what you're targeting to be cohesive there. You don't want to just add keywords that aren't really relevant. But if you're ranking well for them, you're obviously relevant. So, Usama, thank you for your time and knowledge, Cam. You're welcome, man. But all right, guys, that wraps it up here today. Hopefully, we'll get a good one here next week. If you guys want first dibs on Q&A questions, make sure you get in the Facebook group down below in the description. And yeah, guys, we'll